Okay, continuing, the software cut me off after 10 minutes, so I'll make that adjustment for the future. Where we left off was we had 9x squared plus 6x to the fourth. We want to factor by greatest common factor. We were identifying the greatest common factor, so just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Greatest common factor between 9 and 6 is 3. Greatest common factor between x squared and x to the fourth is x squared. So now that I've identified my greatest common factor, now I actually want to factor it out. So don't forget to write your greatest common factor outside the parentheses. And then after we divide, we're going to put what's inside the parentheses. So we have 9x squared divided by 3x squared. That's simply 3. Plus 6x to the fourth over 3x squared is 2x squared. Once again, if I multiply these two things together, distribute the 3x squared through the parentheses, I would actually end up with my original problem, which is what I'm looking for. I'm going to take this just one more step in this particular case because what I have inside the parentheses is not in standard form. So I'm just going to put it in standard form. It's not the most important part of today's lesson, but it's something that we've talked about already, and we should always try and give answers in standard form. And so there's my final answer for this. Let's do just one more example, and then we'll be all done. Let's try 12x to the third plus 6x squared minus 18x. Step 1, identify my greatest common factor. Now I have 3 numbers that I have to worry about, 3 terms that I have to worry about. So you can list your factors of each one if you need to, but what I can tell you is that 6 goes into 6 and 12 and 18. My greatest common factor is going to be 6. And then for the variables, I've got x, x squared, x to the third. X goes into all 3 of these, so x is my greatest common factor for the variable part. Now that I've identified my greatest common factor, divide it out. And then write it outside the parentheses. And whatever we get when we divide will go inside the parentheses. So I have 12x cubed divided by 6x is 2x squared plus 6x squared divided by 6x is just x minus 18x divided by 6x is 3. And just to reiterate one last time, if I were to distribute 6x through the parentheses and multiply these two factors together, I would be back to my original problem. That is factoring by GCF.